Hello and welcome to a brand new series and brand new season rather of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race Extra Large. The 2024 season is a go. It's round one tonight in Live for Speed Aston Classic Reversed, a custom configuration at Aston. RTFR XL, as well as the main series of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, is again sponsored by World Class Lions with €150 plus of prize money for the Drivers' Championship standings. I'm Peter Butcher, and joining me in the commentary box this evening, it's Eoin Harmon and Miika Sarkinen. We're back for RTFR XL. Eoin, it's going to be great.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it is good to have the extended version of RTFR back, and I know the previous race in regular, I said some prophetic words, and I hope that does not have to happen again tonight. I'm looking forward to some classic racing.
Me too. Miika, welcome back to RTFR action, and are you looking forward to some BF1 around Aston Classic?
Yeah, good evening. Of course, look, as a Formula Car fan, I'm always looking out for these races, especially BF1. I like it very much, so it's going to be exciting.
It is indeed. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship standings from the end of 2023, shall we? Because it was Rick Cardle who won with 240 points overall after 12 rounds of racing last year, with Gabor in P2, with Rony coming third actually there. So very good stuff for those guys. And we had a large number of participants competing in the 12 rounds last season. And here they all are for you, the standings there. I think we had just shy of 80 drivers scoring at least 1 point in the championship standings. 79, Adam there with the last point. It was a good season last year, wasn't it, gents? And we're looking forward to another year of RTFR. And tonight, the first round will be, it won't be 24 laps, it will be 76 laps at this track. So, we're looking forward to that. That's going to be amazing. We've got a very, very fast, very, very long straight down to a tight hairpin, up through a series of chicanes, and then down the corkscrew before the final parabolic turn 15. The 4.4 kilometre track is, we've run it a couple of times for sim broadcast events, but not for a while, and the BF1 is going to be a challenge through those chicanes. Let's look at the car. The BF1 2.4 litre V8 mid-engine, the 2006 specification BMW Sauber F1 car. Loads of power, probably too much power for this track. It's going to prove a challenge for the drivers. And finally, before we head for the qualifying standings, let's look at the calendar. Those are the provisional, those are the final broadcast schedule dates for the 2024 season, running us all the way through until the end of the year. Boys, let's get the qualifying results done, and we can head to the track for the race. So on pole position, it was Mantas with a 107.66, followed by Zesty, Botev, Abe, Koivunen, and Lorenzo, Schmal, Soini, Asker, and Twincam the top 10. It's going to be a tight one at the top.
Yeah, it's certainly the big news is that Sidus Gabor has only joined the session after qualifying had completed, so he'll be starting at the very back. There's a chance for other drivers to rise and shine here. The fact that a lot of drivers are within the low 108s, if not necessarily at Mantas' standard. So this should make things more competitive.
Indeed. The drivers are voting for the restart, so we're going to be going to the grid in just a matter of seconds. So buckle up and get ready for it. We're going racing once again in RTFR XL, the 74th ever Rony's Tuesday XL kicks off in Live for Speed. Let's head to the grid.
There it is, looking good as usual. Race green, race clean. And the lights come on, and ready for a brand new season of XL. Zesty looking strong on the launch there. Mantas will have to converge when they turn left into the second turn, I suppose. But Zesty just needs to stay composed, and you'll have a top two locked in. Perhaps Botev, though, he's done very well hooking the apex, and he takes second. But Mantas avoided peril and leads the way, heading towards the first sector now.
Yeah, a frantic flurry of cars, a flurry of action as we head through the chicanes there. And Stiefler has been absolutely sent at the chicane. and so has Jari and Soini. So all of those drivers having trouble as Mantas gets a great breakaway, Miika.
That was a very clean start on the front end, and Naitsi Botev getting a very nice start, getting all the speed on the start-finish straight, and then being able to keep inside the first turn and converting the second place. Mantas getting really his second lead already, so that's very super from him. Thinking it's only like 1 minute and something per lap. Taking 1 second in one lap is just it's enormous.
Yeah, less enormous in this car, considering how fast it is and the slipstream it drops. But yeah, impressive. He's already down the road on the other drivers, and Rony is in a fight here with Thamuli, your teammate.
Yeah, they're going to trade slipstream here. It was originally Thamuli ahead, and briefly Rony at that place, but he has to give it back. Gabor is already in range after having to start at the back of the grid here in P12, so watch out for both of these guys. You've got a top caliber driver right in your wing mirrors.
Oh, who is that?
Someone's gone off there.
Yeah, it's Majukas going off, dropping a wheel on the grass and going straight down and through the bales, and rejoins at the back. Well, not quite at the back, there are still cars behind him, but a scary moment that, as Mantas sends it down the downhill chicane. An absolutely brilliant corner. I imagine that this car is completely glued to the road down there because of the amount of downforce it generates. It must be pretty spectacular for the drivers. And Zesty, Miika, has brought the gap down to under a second. He's absolutely flying.
Yeah, he's on it for now. He was doing very well on the qualifying as well. He was doing consistently like close to his best lap. So I have high hopes for him to challenge Mantas, and he might do it just here on this lap.
Gabor's had a spin and he's dropped to P10, I think, and is being caught there by. In fact, he's dropped down further than that. He's in P14 now, being caught by Zdravko Polniak into turn 1. But Zesty's really climbing up the back of Mantas now, and we're going to ride on board and see what he can do towards the end of this lap. The gap's down to maybe 2 car lengths at the braking zone.
Of course, with this kind of car where you have so much aerodynamics, it's of course you got the dirty air, and it's harder and harder to follow when you get closer to the car in front. For now, Zesty seems to be doing all right, and let's see if he gets the good slipstream here on the start-finish straight.
Yeah, it's a good exit, Eoin, and I think he might just about have the slipstream. Is he close enough? I think he might be.
Yeah, he's gaining. He is gaining. Koivunen in trouble further back in the Parabolica, but Zesty takes control of the lead. Oh, Mantas is daring him. Oh,
and there's a contact.
Oh, we just missed it on the cameras. It was a badly timed camera change, and that means that Ayub takes the lead of the race. Zesty and Mantas come together at turn 1. Mantas on the gravel, nothing he could have done, and ploughs into Zesty, and Zesty is going to be let through by Mantas. That was Zesty going through again.
Yeah,
sorry, that's Botev going through.
Yeah,
Zesty's already gone.
Zesty's gone. Yeah. Now it's instant remorse there for Mantas. He knew the mistake, cutting the first corner. Well, it was the second corner, and made contact wing to rear left tire. So yeah, he'll have to just realise. Don't do that again and try and fight back for the victory he's just conceded for the moment.
Thamuli's having a go at twin cam into the final corner, and he's through on the inside and already pulling a bit of a gap. It's so difficult to follow another car through the Parabolica, and even more difficult to get an overtake side by side with how fast these cars are going through there. But Thamuli, a good move there, Miika, and already catching up to the back of Lorenzo.
Not quite in the slipstream yet.
3 wide
catch up on the straight.
finish.
Oh, this is going to be exciting one. Who's going to break latest? Oh, and there's it's Rony going.
Rony!
Right inside, and he touches his pins himself.
Yeah, he hit the back of twin cam. Luckily, twin cam wasn't affected and can carry on. But yeah, 3 wide, and Rony led into the first corner, but outbraked himself into the back of another car, and he will pay the price. He's dropped back.
Rex spotted twin cam a bit slow, but Gabor has dropped out of the race after that incident, so no more Gabor. Very quick cameo unfortunately, for him today.
Yeah, a little bit late joining the server. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get too much preparation in, and that means the end of his race comes early, unfortunately. He's not going to get the start to the 2024 season that he wanted, unfortunately. But, you know, sometimes it happens, and luckily it's a long year. So plenty of time to gain points later on, as Johnny SVK very close behind Yoni Katila there. And Yoni's actually going for a move on Rex, side by side again. Same livery.
Yeah, now this is the case of Rex. If he was intent on making a move, yeah, he's leaving it to the last minute. But to be honest, this looks like Yanni has cleared him fair and square in the default livery of the 06 BMW Sauber. Towards the back, Michael has two world-class Lions to deal with together, and Teemu Soini briefly had the position, but now he's loose himself. Teemu Soini backing out completely, so he's allowed Jari Katila by. Michael spared any blushes there. He did not concede anything after all.
Yeah, a bit lucky there for Michael. In a weird turn of events, it's Abe who leads by almost 5 seconds over Zesty. Zesty and Mantas had a coming together at turn 1. Not really much Zesty could have done. It was, I think, the blame lays at the feet of Mantas, but that's played into his teammates' hands, and he leads by 5 seconds over the master race car driver, who still holds the fastest lap. But does he have the pace left in that car to close the gap? Remember that there is some strategy at play as well, gents. We've got a 10-second mandatory pit stop, and the fuel goes into this car extremely quickly, so a split strategy with the fuel is almost inevitable for everybody. Mantas gets through Botev, very close. I think there might have been a bit of contact, in fact.
It seems like there was, but luckily no one's spinning out. It's all going good. And Mantas regains 3rd place, so he's started climbing back. Yeah, and you were talking about the strategy. It turns out it takes just over the 2 full tanks of fuel, so they really need to do 2 stops anyway. So it's gonna be a strategy game, who's gonna put how much fuel on any stop and so on.
It just depends if people want to split them up into logical thirds, or maybe 40-40-20, or any other variation where they want to be on the least amount of fuel at any time. Yeah, so now we return now to Mantas trying to break clear of Botev and any potential counter-attack. This corner, it's usually a hairpin on the standard Aston layouts, but today it's turned into a chicane, so yeah, it can be very, very tricky, as we saw on lap 1 with Matjukas missing it entirely. Yeah, this is a good chance maybe for Arska to get into contention as well. Botev, yeah, it seems like he's keeping Mantas very much honest here, but yeah, Arska will still believe he's got a chance. But now Yanni Katila, he's got a battle with JSK.
Yeah, Yanni had to cut the chicane. He got too close to the back of was it Rex or Thamuli? I think it was Rex, and had to cut out. As I think it's Rex going for a move now again. He's through on Thamuli, as Botev is side by side with Mantas into turn 1, and Mantas has been caught and overtaken again by Botev, who gets it a bit wrong on corner exit there, and there's a car off behind. Who was that? Was it Arska? I think Arska was in the apex of turn 1, and is going to get overtaken by Twin Cam around the outside into the chicane. So cars losing positions everywhere, as Rex now was side by side with Yoni Katila. It's all going off. We're on lap 9. This is not relenting.
It just keeps coming. It's all over the place, and here you can see also number joining the battle just behind Yoni Katila here.
It's a big train. This goes from P6 all the way down to P12.
It's like any places that those could change. There could be any overtakes. None of these are like solid places.
brilliant to watch. And Rex is going for a move here. So is Number and Eoin 3 wide in the background. And Thumuli makes the move. But will Eoin be able to hold on? Looks like he has. And Rex hasn't held on, but Eoin has.
Yeah, Rex backed off. He didn't fancy defending himself into Parabolica, so he may want to claw back the time a little bit later. But yeah, Eoin and Number both gained position.
Dean Rusoni side by side with Michael Malik as we run up to start finish. This is the fight for the penultimate place on the grid. So let's see what happens down into turn 1. Well, it looks like Michael has managed to get ahead.
He was understeered heavily.
Oops.
Yeah, he had plenty of room to get back on the accelerator. So yeah, Soini's reserved approach didn't manage to fool Michael there. So they carry on.
Yeah, but this absolute train of cars is not going away. Twin Cam is leading a train of 7 cars down to P12 at the moment. He's doing a fine job at the front to hold off Asker. But what's going to happen at the final hairpin before we run onto the home straight? We've got cars side by side. That's Thumuli and...
That's Johnny SVK. And they're just side to side on the straight. They're not getting each other's slipstream. So it's interesting how this is going to turn out. The Hamel is just pulling quite alongside there. It's all about who's going to break later on first corner and make it through. And they're still going side to side, like wheels.
Oh, and that's Botev.
Oh, there's someone. Botev going
yeah, from third place. From third place, Botev drops all the way behind.
Yeah, that was
Thumuli.
Eoin got it off. He was going inside Hamel and they touched a little and his car is gone.
Oh, it's a disaster for Eoin over the sausage curbs and out of the race, and absolute drama leaves us with Ayub just laughing at the front with Zesty in P2, Lorenzo's up to P3, and Mantas still in 4th, but all of the cars just having trouble behind. Twin Cam's still now in P5, Asker P6, Johnny SVK in P7, and they're still side by side in the background. We've got Botev going past Rex into the final corner, with Number behind Thumuli.
Yeah, Number was looking for it. Yeah, he showed him that he's very close. He was almost getting side to side on the last corner, but couldn't make it, so he's trying to get it on straight. It seems like Number is struggling with straight line speed a bit.
Here we've got Asker. Yeah, Asker and Twin Cam. Twin Cam still holds on. That was close though.
Yeah, that was a good move. Both ways.
So Ayub leads comfortably at this point, and even pulling a gap over Zesty. Wouldn't have expected that at the beginning of the race, but as events have unfolded, Ayub is doing a great job in the lead currently, and we've got Botev leading Rex and Rony here.
It's an unbelievable start to this race, and pit strategy. If they were planning on pitting early, it's probably better off just staying out in the field for a little longer, because the matter of the slipstream and maybe having the undercut when so many cars are together, that could be powerful later on in the stint. But if you time it too early, then all these cars will just stick together and possibly ruin the undercut just a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a long thought for a lot of these drivers.
Speaking of ruining the undercut, Zesty has just managed to lose another 4 seconds with an incident on the at the end of the previous lap. The gap to the leader, to Ayub, is now 9 seconds. Ayub is running away with this one. We don't know what fuel strategy he's on, of course, but that's a big gap, and you can do a lot with a gap like that.
He's chilling, enjoying his time, having so good lead. He's got all the plans in his hand. He has all the time in the world to think about what's the best strategy and so on. So very good hopes for Ayub this time.
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, it's so easy to lose a lead like that. I don't want to jinx it, but you can't relax. You have to keep the pressure on. As Johnny SVK is trying to follow Asker down the chicane, it didn't work out. It's very, very difficult to follow another car, but Number seems to have managed it as he pulls out on the inside of Thumuli into the final corner. And in the background, it's Rex and Rony side by side once again as well. But Number has the position for now, and Thumuli twitching there as Number cuts back in front and the dirty air slows him down. Here we've got Rex and Botev now. And Rony's going to make it 3 wide. Oh, it's going to be a disaster. No, that was so close.
What's going on?
Now
That's
watch
going to
out,
be 3 wide.
Rex. Yeah, here's the big 3 wide to end the home straight and into the first chicane. Rony's
Oh, and Rony's
oversteering.
still...
Oh, they've both
What's
gone
it?
round.
Rex.
They've both gone round at the first hairpin. Rex and Rony in synchronisation both spin, and Botev will have enjoyed that immensely as his competition disappears off into a pirouette. And it's all happening here in the opener of RTFR XL and Live for Speed. Thanks for joining us and watching the chaos unfold. 2 chaotic opening rounds to RTFR XL, but I have to say I think this one is more 2 chaotic opening rounds to RTFR this year.
No, numbers crashed it.
I've jinxed it. I've jinxed it.
The corkscrew, I suppose, in this
it's a big
config.
incident. Yeah.
Oh, he's smashing the barrier, buddy. My point about the first corner incident was Botev was slowing down to make sure he didn't hit Rony, and Rex wasn't able to anticipate that, so he hits the back of Botev, and that cost him his spin. So yeah, Botev doing the right thing, ended up gaining massively, and then of course their Number with a huge smash on his left-hand side. He's going to have to pit.
Yeah, he's pitting, and we're far enough to the race, so he can actually pull a good strategy here. He just needs to fix the car and make sure he gets the right amount of fuel in, and he'll be all good, I bet. Not gonna jinx this anymore.
A good time to go into the pit lane after that incident, but yeah, absolutely unfortunate. And damaged fuel, but no tyres being changed on that car. So Number happy for his tyres to go to the end, and that will be more than a 10-second stop for sure. And I think, Ayoub's put a lap on him. Here he comes. And look, Zesty's only just coming onto the home straight. So that's how much of a lead Ayoub's managed to open up. Almost 10 seconds at this stage with 16 laps. Well, we're on lap 16 of 67. This is a 250-kilometre race today. Very, very long. Almost F1 distance.
Abe's been doing solid good on that lead. He's got the fastest lap for himself, and he's also keeping up that pace. Like, he's doing almost the same laps every time. That's superb driving from him.
Is this a debut for Stiefler and Born to Race on our channel? If so, congratulations on your new team, Stiefler. The debut for him, and currently running P12 with Harry Catilla for company for World Class Lines behind him.
Yeah, it must be. I can't say I've mentioned him before, and the fact that he has his new team to back him, then it should be an exciting time for him. And 12th place is now nothing to be, nothing to shake a stick at. It is pretty good so far.
Yeah, and Ayoub looks like he's just driving around on his own, and that is basically because he is. Johnny SVK has just made a move on Asker as well, so Asker, is Asker struggling at this stage? What's going on? Johnny SVK made that look very easy, and opens up the gap a lot as we exit the final corner. And Asker down to P6 after looking promising early on.
This guy's not really keeping up to his pace now. I wonder if it's just if he's got any actual issues, or if it's just he's not feeling it right now. Let's hope he gets it together and we'll get it better towards the end of the race.
Yeah, Zesty still holds on to the fastest lap of the race, but doesn't appear to be catching Ayoub at all at the moment. As we watch him go on to the home straight, as Ayoub actually steals away the fastest lap of the race from him. So proving that point rather nicely. And the gap between the leaders, 9.66 seconds. As we now watch Michael Malik and Jari Katila, Timu Soini that is. Michael's just got past. And Jari is just up ahead. There they are. Yeah,
Timu again, he's just biding his time, waiting to see what Michael does, more than willing to throw his attack until he's absolutely sure. Here he comes with the first attack, but obviously the length of the curvy start-finish straight means Michael has time to counter-attack. Yeah, he's up to 329 kilometers per hour, and we'll have the inside line for what becomes turn 2. And yet again, Teemu just left a little bit wanting here.
But good to see him getting involved in a battle. It has to be said, that is rare. So nice to see. That's for sure.
Yeah, and he made it past for at least a moment.
He's feeling brazen in 2024. I like it. I like this new style from Teemu Soini.
I mean, it was a solid try. He just got the slipstream a bit too early, so Michael was able to convert it back. But let's see. He's really got the pace, so he can do it again. And I believe he can actually get the place as well.
We're going to see. Oh no, he's lifted. Come on, Teemu. Oh no, he really has lifted out of it. So he may be hoping to do it on the home straight to avoid a repeat of what happened on the previous lap. But very difficult to get into the slipstream out of the final corner because you're at a massive disadvantage in the dirty air. Michael knows it. He's weaving about to try and keep Soini out of the slipstream, and I think he may have just about saved himself for turn 1. But Soini, good effort. Meanwhile, Rony is catching up to the back of Rex, but I don't feel like moving the cameras away from Teemu Soini and Michael Malik just yet.
They have good going on, so let's keep following this battle. And he's able to follow very good here on slower parts of the track, where downforce is not playing just as much as on the high-speed corners. But of course, it still takes some skill to stay this close behind another car.
Yeah, the fact that if you touch the grass or the gravel on the edges of the track and you put the power down, then you're going to be forced to just spin, as is typical for a lot of cars in LFS. Yeah, this is his best chance. Here we go. The block.
He's gone for an overtake on the inside of Michael.
This is what happened last time as well. Michael can still come back here.
But he's on the outside, towards the outside. Oh, it's going to be close.
Michael's going to break so late he can hold it.
Oh, he's oversteered. There it is, yes.
Go on, Teemu.
Nice, let's go, that's good.
Tactics played off, nice job.
That was all psychological.
Yes.
They both enjoyed that in the chat, so we enjoyed it here. Well done, Teemu. Up to P14 with that one. Michael's going to have to find somewhere else on the track to get back past, as Rex has managed to ditch Rony and is catching up to the back then of Borislav Botev, Fast and Crazy Sim Sports versus Good Drivers Rex. And Rex running all the way to the edge there. Did you see how close to the grass he was? He was all over the white line and a bit more there. But look at the exit he managed to get. Amazing.
He's already past, but now we got the same situation again. That's about him. He can get dragged back here. He's got the slipstream. He's gonna dive onto the outside this time. Or will he make the same mistake as Michael did? Or can he keep it? He can keep it under control. And that's Rex again behind.
Yeah, nice attempt, but gonna try it again somewhere. And can't. Oh, as Botev goes through the bales.
He's probably fortunate he hasn't done any significant damage to the wing. It could have fallen a little bit downwards. Maybe the nose could have been out of joint, but thankfully not. Rony's here though. He's going to take advantage of the potential hesitancy.
But
no,
surely.
Side by side. Wow.
Brave.
Yeah, and that just gives Rex even more breathing room. So, yeah, Rony would love to make this pass stick on the start-finish straight. He's got to hold on to the steering wheel through the second part of Parabolica, and we'll see how that goes in just a moment.
Number.
Oh, number. He's a lap down. He shouldn't be battling.
I don't think he was battling.
Certain.
I don't think he was battling.
He just wants to. Yeah, just wants to get himself unlapped. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Brinkam outbraked himself into the back of Number there. Number was braking at the normal speed and kind of a passenger there. I think he was also trying to get out of the way at the same time. So and we've got a car off. We've got Pekka Koivunen off as well. So it's all going wrong for the back markers. And someone else threw the bales. Who was that? Was that Michael Malik? Yes, it was. Oh no, it wasn't. Who was it? Who went through the bales? I can't even find them. So it could have been Rex.
Race leader pits.
And race leader in. And out by the looks of it.
Yeah, he might have been on very low fuel.
Where's he going to re-emerge? Zesty's through and up into the first sector, coming through the chicane now. So that's the benchmark. 8.3 seconds was the gap before Ayoub came into the pit lane. And now Zesty takes over the race. But for how long? How much fuel does Zesty have, do we reckon? It's going to be interesting to see how long he stays out on the track.
Yeah, Zesty's got fastest lap so far, so we could assume he has not too much more fuel than Ayoub had.
The Mooley pits, conveniently right behind some of the track paraphernalia, but he is there. So it's going to be a lengthy stop for Thamuli. He's repairing some damage and putting some fuel in, so he will maybe drop down a few more places as a result of the repairs. Zesty comes across start-finish and leads Ayoub by, well, it says 13 seconds on our timing tower. I think it might be slightly more than that when Ayoub comes across the line, but let's see. Yeah, it's not that much more, but almost 14 seconds the gap. So I don't think Zesty has anywhere near enough at the moment to get out ahead of Ayoub if he pits in the next couple of laps. But if he stays out for a while, he'll be running with a better conditioned car, we expect, and may start to close the gap to Ayoub after he makes his mandatory pit stop. Ayoub taking all the curb and a bit more there, Miika.
Yeah, Ayoub's really on the hand here. Doing good so far. He's found the pace after his pit stop, and yeah, it's all about how Zesty's gonna take the pit stop. But this is Johnny SVK taking his pit stop. That was quick. It's 7.5 seconds. So he's gonna need to do another stop at least. Oh, there's Ronnie in trouble behind Bottle. He was trying to catch up and he just almost lost the control of the car. Rear sliding quite a lot for Ronnie here.
Yeah, Rony was closing up quite quickly to the back of Botev, and well, he almost went completely wrong, but he's managed to catch up a little bit. Let's see what he can manage out of the final corner. Doesn't want to get too close, as for some reason...
Oh, Ayoub's damaged himself, sorry guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, he must have been off. He must have been in the gravel, because Mantas has got back through. Oh, there's huge damage on the front left.
Yeah, that's very big.
Oh, bad news for Ayoub fans. Ayoub's gone off, and he's gone off in a big way at the final corner. He had such a big lead, absolutely no need to be pushing as hard as he was. And he's gone off, and he's damaged himself, and he's back in the pit lane, and it's a disaster. It was looking so good for Ayoub, but it's all over pretty much. That's a race-ending incident pretty much, as Zesty now is fighting with a back marker to get back through. Oh, Ayoub.
That's two Born to Race cars that had the lead and have lost it, so yeah, it's a bad sign for them. But obviously Mantas still has some chance to win, of course, and then Twin Cam has kept it clean so far. He wants to get onto the podium now that Lorenzo is just 4/10 or so ahead of him.
Yeah, Twin Cam is looking racy. Let's see what he can do. 2 seconds was the gap, and it's down to 3/10, so looks good. But where can that happen, I wonder? But yeah, Ayoub is all the way back down to the to P15. I feel so bad for him, but that's how quickly the race can turn on its head when you're driving a Formula 1 car at 200 miles an hour around 180-degree left-hander. Super solid job until that point for Ayoub. And we're now watching his teammate Twin Cam following Lorenzo, who's on the third place podium position currently. But Twin Cam seems to have the pace advantage at the moment. And now look, he's all over the back of him. He's got to be careful though, lads.
Yeah,
That's the temptation, yeah.
There's not so many places make the overtakes on this on this track. At least if you want to make it clean and not go all elbows out, which you shouldn't do with this car because you, like we saw with Eoin, it can take heavy damage quite easily. But Twin Cam sent it through the last corner and he's lost on the exit and Lawrence is gonna pull away, but Twin Cam's gonna slip up the slipstream here and pull alongside again.
Yeah, pulls back into the slipstream. Twin Cam goes for the inside. Lorenzo's going to give him the squeeze. They still have some overlap, but cleanly into turn one. One of the very few times we've seen cars battling having a clean turn one. So fair play to both of them. But that is why they are up at the sharp end on the podium positions. Good effort.
Zesty's pit stop completed a while ago. 11-second stop. This is really close now.
Yeah, sorry, I thought Twin Cam was going to take him out. He went for the move pretty late, put a nose on the inside. Fortunately, Lorenzo saw he was there and moved out of the way. But that could have been pretty close as they go down the chicane, driving over the cameras. Wonderful.
Well,
here he goes.
He's going for it again on the last corner. How's the exit this time? How's the slipstream for Lorenzo? Lorenzo is very close. He's just waiting a bit. He doesn't want to take the slipstream too early, so he doesn't give back to Twin Cam as well. Here he has very nice timing for it, and he's just passed before the braking zone. Twin Cam trying to pull alongside, but can't really do much. And yeah, that's still Lorenzo holding the position. It's a very nice battle.
This fight is helping Zesty and really helping Oscar. Oscar is closing in on these two as they absolutely go for it. Twin Cam almost outbrakes himself. He does outbrake himself and has to go over the curb there. And Oscar will have seen that and will be digging deep. I mean, look how close he managed to get there. So yeah, advantage Oscar and definitely some breathing room now for Lorenzo, which I think he desperately needs at this stage. He's been harassed for 3 laps at this point. As Yari spins and is rejoining after the chicane.
It's a bit awkward now because for position, Koivunen will be battling him at the very back, but then blue flags are coming out because Teemu has the right to overtake the two guys. So yeah, a bit of a rare situation here for Teemu getting the bragging rights over his teammates.
Yeah, this is going to be brilliant to watch. I hope this happens on camera. Teemu being waved through on his teammates who are normally up the road. Get out of the way for your teammate. Here he comes.
Yay! It's
happening on stream. Teemu Soini, the blue flags are waving for the other guys this time, and through he goes. Well, you don't see that very often, do you? Look, he's got blue wing today. That's why.
Yeah.
One scenario that there's two teammates fighting for a position,
Fair
and I'm not sure
play to
teammate
Soini.
just coming with blue flags, and they all have different livery as well.
Fair play to Soini today. Great job up into P8. We've got some trouble for Botev, having trouble at the final corner, and resumes his driving. And it's Zesty who leads, ahead of Mantas. Let's get a look at who has already made their mandatory pit stop. Zesty has been in and he has been out again and resumes in the lead. And you have to go all the way down to Johnny SVK in P10 for the next car that's made their stop. So Zesty is in absolute control of this race now.
But remember, we have still second stops coming for pretty much the whole field, at least most of them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes. I'm interested to see how this all turns out, or if someone can just squeeze a little bit of fuel economy and keep it in the one stop. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and the Twin Cam Lorenzo fight has turned into the Twin Cam Lorenzo Oscar fight. So as Twin Cam tries desperately to get through on Oscar into the left-hander, he's taken Oscar Lorenzo out. That was a bit cheeky, and that's given Oscar a free pass. And look how far down the road he already is. So Twin Cam, not your finest moment, that one.
Yeah, you really don't want to see that happening. But he's at least been gentleman and let Lorenzo stay ahead of him. and not taking the advantage to himself. But that, of course, helps Araska to get and go for the podium for now.
We've had a lot of incidents and we've still got 17 cars. Yari's been through the pit lane again and rejoins behind one of the cars using the BMW Sauber
Rex.
livery. Rex, thank you, Eoin. And who can shine a light to Zesty now? We've lost Ayub pretty much. He is still circulating 1 minute and 8 seconds off the lead as Mantas drops a wheel and a bit more off the track there. That could have been the end, but manages to hold it. But Zesty looks very comfortable in the lead at the moment as the battle behind continues on. Oscar is free and clear, and it looks like Twin Cam might finally have the gap on Lorenzo, driving off the track to try and avoid the slipstream. Well, that's one way to do it, but Lorenzo, is he close enough? I think he's close enough.
Yeah, he's close, yeah. I saw Lorenzo back off and let Twin Cam through before Parabolica, so I think that was just a deliberate ploy to make sure he had that slipstream boost. So no loss to Lorenzo, but Twin Cam has lost a bit of traction there. Rex to take full advantage here. He is lagging a bit hard on my end, maybe it's just me, but yeah, just got to be a bit careful now.
Oscar's been into the pit lane and comes back out with a 10.2, and that is lap 32 on the clock. So that's pretty close to halfway. Is he going to go for one stop, or will he have to pit again? Interesting.
Yeah, if he started on full dunk, then of course it's probably not going to be enough unless he lifts a lot. So I don't know. It's interesting to see. Anyway, we're closing to the halfway, so anyone who hasn't pitted yet should be pitting in just a couple of laps.
Yeah, Mantas pulls into a pit box and takes up his position in the pit lane. He's doing damage and fuel, so no tyres going on, but he is repairing some damage, and this means that Lorenzo and Twin Cam are both going to get through, so too is Rex. But where is Johnny SVK? Johnny SVK is coming around the final corner, so Mantas is going to be out way ahead of the next competition that's already stopped. So that's good for him. Rony's in the pit lane for fuel, though.
Mantas a 20.8 second pit stop to repair damage, and of course the refuel, so he might be tempted to eke out the fuel and go all the way on a one-stopper, but yeah, we're just nearing halfway at this point right now, so yeah, it is tempting for some drivers at this moment to try and fuel save quite heavily. Maybe something will go their way.
Yeah, and Rony did an 8-second stop, so he's definitely going to be pitting again, because otherwise he'll get a penalty. And he's a bit of a botch job with the downhill chicane there, leaving plenty of rubber on the road, as Rex picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he's going to have to go through the pit lane at least one more time, and that's going to cost him a lot of time, because he was in P4, and he'll surely lose a number of places now. So this has been a race and a half. This has had everything in it so far.
Yeah, the race leadership has changed hands a few times, and mistakes in pit lane and bits of contact and excellent racing as well. So yeah, we've had a great balance tonight so far.
Yeah, I wonder if Ricky from Master Race Car is watching this and wondering whether a Season 4 of BF1 League is going to happen. So yeah, we will see what's going on there. As we see pit stops in the timing tower now, and Lorenzo is yet to stop. So too is Twin Cam and Michael Malik, and as well as Stiefler. So some cars are making it to halfway, Miika.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Lorenzo's starting his lap 35 right now, and that's way past the halfway point. So seems like Lorenzo at least is able to go with one stop until the end. So this is gonna get very interesting right now.
Yeah, if some drivers are making it with just the one stop, then really, really interesting. Probably opting for less aggressive tyre strategy potentially, as we watch Zesty now going past Thamuli, the back marker. Doing a great job there. Now has a 19-second lead over Lorenzo, and looks to be in complete control of this race. But if he has to stop again, that is a dice throw for everybody else. Michael Malik doesn't think his tyres are going to make it to the end. He's changed tyres and has refueled. And Stiefler comes into the pit lane, so everybody deciding that halfway is enough for them as he repairs damage and puts some fuel in.
Yeah, and that's also Lorenzo coming in right now. So he did 35 laps on one tank. That's pretty impressive. I bet Lorenzo is gonna go just one stop.
Yeah, almost certainly. He's gone over start finish, so he's on lap 36 when he came in, so he'll be able to go to lap 70 theoretically, as we've got a fight between Ayub and Thamuli. And who has left the race? Twincam's left. No.
He's not going to stomach a drive-through penalty. He's had enough. That's a big loss. Born to Race have had mistakes all across the board, with the exception of Stiefel, I suppose. But he's got to make up the time lost in the pits with other drivers who may be on alternate strategies.
Yeah, as Ayub makes it through on Thamuli. Clean pass. Not really much Thamuli could do there. But yeah, the race is changing face all the time. We're losing Twincam, very experienced driver, and an unfortunate error in the pit lane. So the pit lane is so important to practice because it can really end your race. As Johnny SVK makes a move on Lorenzo into the final corner, and he's going to tuck back into the slipstream, and that's going to force Lorenzo off the throttle.
It's got to be one of the most innovative passes of the day. The fact that he put the driver, he was putting down the position off on his exit. That's very, very clever. And that meant no counterattack was ever going to happen.
Is it clever, or was he a passenger? Did he have a choice? It was quite a close cut. Yeah. But anyway, that's the way it works. Down to 16 cars. But nevertheless, we are guaranteed drama because the first half has had more drama than many of the seasons we've commentated on in the past. So, yeah, good stuff. So after his pit stop, Lorenzo comes out in P6, Rex P7, but has a drive-through penalty to serve. Has he served it yet? No, he hasn't. So at some point, Rex is going to have to go down the pit lane, do no work, and just leave at the other end. But yeah, losing Ayub from the lead and then Twincam from a strong position is a bit of a blow for Born to Race. But Ayub is in the top 10 again and is not given up. So he's still in this, but a fair way off the lead, over a minute.
I know this Arska is getting very close to Mantas here. They've just gone through the first corner. Just under a second between them. It seems like there must be some battle going on quite soon.
Yeah, that battle will certainly take place soon. The fact that I think that's Jari Katila, he could be lapped by these two. So the slipstream benefit could initially help Mantas pull out a gap if he can catch him by the start-finish straight. Otherwise, Arska will be confident. The fact that he will not be distracted until after Mantas has to lap him. Oh, there's Stiefler now making an error, and that will ruin a lot of his planning for this stint. He waits until everyone's clear before he carries on. So, oh goodness, there's Ayub coming across his teammate all of a sudden. So, yeah, there's no way either driver would have known about that. So, yeah, that's a relief. There was no contact. Mantas, it's literally a splash and dash.
What happened there? I don't see any work happening on that stop. So 1.8% of fuel, or 1.8 seconds of fuel, sorry. Super quick stop for Mantas. Unusual. Is that all he needed?
Could be a new RTF4 XL record.
Yeah, is that all he needed?
Yeah, maybe he just equaled out to 10 seconds, or then he must have like forgot to change the settings, how much fuel he wants. But that's odd. You don't see that really often.
Yeah, and that promotes Oscar into P2.
Yeah, so no Born to Race representation on the podium now. But it is Master Race Car, World Class Lions and Race Green. 3 of the mainstay teams as well. They'll be all eager to see, in the total absence of Sidus, is this their night?
Mantas pitted before the halfway mark, so probably needed a bit of fuel, but how much fuel can you put in just under 2 seconds? Probably not a lot. 12 litres per second, so maybe enough.
Yeah, but well, some calculations say that you need 201% of fuel for this race, so you really need on that just a little bit. But it kind of makes sense then.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All the drivers pretty spread out now at this point, as we are on lap 40, or rather, Zesty is on lap 40. But plenty of blue flag action, plenty of opportunities for the drivers to dip a wheel and change the order once again. Such a difficult track. You do get a little bit of a rest down the home straight, but only if you're not in a slipstream battle with somebody else. The rest of this track is pretty relentless. The corners just come at you one after the other in quick succession. I think that's true for any track with the BF1 though. Just so fast.
Yeah, you're correct. This machine is just going at that speed that like corners just appear like out of nowhere, like boom, there it is. You missed it already if you didn't think it like beforehand. But of course this track has a lot of like very technical, very narrow corners, so it's like it gives this extra spice of having to think forward.
This is the closest fight on track between Ayub and Teemu Soini. Ayub is recovering from an incident at the final corner, which lost him the lead, but he is now almost within slipstream range of Teemu Soini, and wants P8 for himself. And Zesty is about to lap. In fact, no, sorry, he's already got past Rex, so he's lapped everybody up to P6 now.
It will be P5 with Lorenzo now receiving the blue flag order. He's probably better off.
As Ayub makes his way through on Soini on the cameras there. And up into P8, but will Soini have a slipstream? Zesty's getting past Lorenzo further up the road. Those guys making easy work for Zesty, and it looks like Abe's got a decent run, and Soini won't get him back before turn 1. So another place, and that's what happens, you know. Sometimes you feel like throwing in the towel, and all you need to do is put your head down and dig deep.
Teemu lagged, and he's had to recover the car that went towards the barrier, so hopefully that's nothing too serious. Yeah, he just disappeared. Yes, have a look at Rex now. He still has his penalty to serve, but he wants to perhaps show his might against Lorenzo while he has a chance. And yeah, he will have to wait till the start finish straight to make this pass. Lorenzo should hopefully have some intel to say that if he lets Rex by, then he will have to take his penalty. But yeah, let's see what happens. It's Rex through, but will Lorenzo counter? No, he doesn't look like he wants to now. So yeah, he's well aware of the situation.
That was a mighty
course,
good
Mantas is
exit
here.
from Rex on the last corner. Allowed him to get the slipstream just on a correct place and have a good clean pass.
Yeah, really nice move there from Rex. The driver's being so cheeky with the amount of curb that they're taking through that second chicane. But through he is, and it's now who's that? Is that Zest? No, it's Mantas who's going past Lorenzo, or trying to. Oh, Lorenzo, cheeky again.
It was quite a weird move to try from Mandas. That's really not a place you can dive inside, but he just sacrificed his line. Now he's inside Lorenzo, and let's see how he can hold this last corner. Or can Lorenzo keep up into the rear? Lorenzo keep up pretty close. Has a bit weaker exit, but he's on the slipstream.
Here we go. And beware of Ayub as well. So the battle of what will become 5th place once Rex takes the penalty, it is heating up. So Ayub's comeback drive is flourishing at the moment.
This race is just give. It's giving us so much action. It's incredible. As Lorenzo is still now defending from Mantas, and Ayub is right there. Can you believe it? Ayub's caught back up to Mantas after all the drama that's happened. Brilliant drive from Ayub to get back up to this position, and he could end up in P6 if he plays his cards right, and that's phenomenal considering what happened earlier.
Yeah, it is outstanding. One of the most courageous comeback drives I've seen in RTFR. Obviously, it's still got a ways to go, but if he can perhaps form an alliance with his teammate, make sure they both benefit by overtaking Lorenzo, then they can fight their way further along in this race. So here comes Mantas. He's waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Yet he's got the overspeed right now. He'll pull out to the outside. Then, of course, he will be turning right first. Then the left's coming up. So Lorenzo refuses to budge.
That's brilliant.
Yes, lovely understanding. And around the outside, Mantas completes the move. Beautifully done.
It's Ayub just caught up, and he's the next one to go for Lorenzo, and he's going already inside this corner. Can he stick it from the outside there?
No
yes,
way.
He can take the exit. Oh, that was a very nice move.
Wow. Yeah, that's absolutely mighty from Ayub. Well done. That's probably the hardest point of the track to get an overtake done. He's made it. So, yeah, Lorenzo down for the count at this moment, but yeah, he's still within 1 second of Ayub, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, the job now is to try to catch up to Rex. He made a huge dash away from everybody. So yeah, the work has to be done now in the clean air.
Yeah, Rex has still got that pit lane speeding violation, so he's got to do a drive-through penalty in the next 20 laps, or else he's going to get disqualified. And that means that Mantas and Ayub have to push because the gap between them is 6 seconds. How long does it take to go down pit lane? Probably longer than that, so maybe they don't need to push as much maybe as I'm suggesting. I think it's Rex that needs to push if he wants to have any chance of coming out in between or ahead of them. I don't think it's even possible. I think he's losing too much time, and there we go, off onto the grass and spinning. He's got to be careful with the rejoin as the two Born to Race drivers get that position for free, and it's a shame for Rex that he was doing so well.
Yeah, I should perhaps consider taking the penalty now. He's already lost a ton of time, and yeah, the fact that his tires will be
we've got
cleaned up.
For the lead.
Oh my goodness, yeah, good spot. And yeah,
Mantas has spun as well. But we've got to keep an eye on the lead. Final turn, he's gone off, but Zesty holds on. Yeah, Zesty takes the lead. Amazing stuff from Mantas. Mantas has lost a load of positions from that spin. Down to P. What? Where's he down to? P10. Abe's up to P5.
Yeah, and
Ridiculous.
has very heavy damage here on his car. I'm not sure how he's able to keep up with that car, but he's not gone into the pit lane.
Yeah, so out of nowhere, Zesty catches up to the back of. Sorry, Zesty. Zesty had an accident. Zesty's had an incident that we've missed. He's lost a load of time. Oscar's retaken the lead. Where did that happen? Zesty's lost.
No, wait.
5 seconds.
Well, what is it that actually Zesty just catching up? Lapping, obviously.
Many apologies for my excitement there. I have clearly neglected to look at the timing tower and realised that Zesty was, in fact, an entire lap ahead of Oscar and was lapping the entire field. So apologies for that.
Yeah.
But you don't see that quite every day.
You don't see that very often, so that might be why I was so excited. It took me by surprise, and I guess that's why it took me by surprise. Apologies for that. Amazing.
It's not every day that you see suddenly top 2 cars going on each other, but there's actually a blue flag in between.
Yeah, I thought I had to question myself how that was even possible. As we're watching Botev trying to get past Soini, and Soini currently in P6, but both of them a bit ragged through the final sector. As Zesty comes into the pit lane.
Yeah. Do you taking another pit stop here? You should be able to go until the end of from this one. He's starting lap 50, so there's only 17 laps to go after this one. Would be easy to the end.
Yeah, Soini able to hold off holding off Botev there. Only just. Will it be enough?
Watch out for Zesty, guys. Here he is, getting out of pits. This legitimate battle for 8th as the race leader, who has to get back up to full racing speed here on new tyres.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 3-way fight for P8 going on.
Yes,
it's just come out of nowhere, like you said. Johnny SVK leading Rex and Mantas, because Mantas is out of position. So this could get pretty messy as Rex almost runs off the road again. And they all come down the corkscrew together. It's Rex on Johnny SVK. Mantas is a little bit too far behind, but he will gain time as these two have to go single file through the final corner. So Mantas will almost certainly have a slipstream on the back of Johnny SVK. Or maybe not. Maybe Johnny, yeah. He's not taking it. And we've had to change for position in the background as well. I think Stiefler and Number have switched positions as well through the final corner. So, with so few cars, they're really making us work for our supper here, Miika.
Yeah, indeed. But it's very interesting that Mantas just behind Johnny SVK. He's holding on with quite a heavy damage to his car. Just
very big at the rear.
I'm amazed how he can just give up this pace with this car, but well, anything is possible.
Look at the rear end of this car as he comes through here. He's twitching all over the place. The rear of the car stepping out, and he cannot follow Johnny that close through the chicane, and has to bail. Ah, dear Mantas.
Yeah, that's Rex was able to keep up and join Zesty and stay on Zesty's slipstream here, and this will make his times better. And actually unlapped him for a little while at least.
Yeah, good pace. as we are on lap 52 of 67 in round 1 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race Extra Large. And my, what a race this has been so far. 16 cars still running, and they're providing us with plenty of action all the way. It's probably impossible for any one of us to give a summary of what's happened, because it's just been a constant race of overtaking. Probably more overtaking in this race than any Formula One race in history. I'd be surprised if that wasn't true. And we've had Zesty go and lap absolutely everybody. He's made another pit stop now and is 40 seconds ahead of Asker after the stop. And Mantas might be close enough for a look on Johnny SVK down to turn 1. And he is.
He's well past on the straight and can actually keep it under control on the first corner, and that's a nice move. Now let's see if Johnny SVK can keep up with the pace.
Yeah, now Lorenzo versus Botev. This is a fight for P5. So definitely one of the top positions in this race. Finishing this race is an achievement. Getting a top 5 is a bonus. Currently Lorenzo for race green, who holds on to it. And Botev taking a very interesting line. Wants to get as good an exit.
Yes, oversteer. Oh, that hurts his exit. I'm not going to be able to convert it on this time on the start-finish line. We'll see how it goes next lap.
Yeah, these two currently the closest pairing on track, I think. So we'll stick with this. Massive send from Botev. Pretty. That's called being impatient, isn't it? That was. I'm having this place and I'm having it now. A stamp of authority from Botev. And well, Lorenzo gave him the room. And as we head down the corkscrew, it's Botev up into P5, Lorenzo down to P6. There was contact though, Miika.
Yeah, there was. Certainly. But let's just notice that they're behind Botev and Lorenzo. There's also Eoin and Rex going on a battle for each other.
Eoin has had a lot of airtime this evening, but this time it's to be overtaken by Rex. He may have the slipstream back. He's on the inside. He's going to try and go for it. Is he going to back out? He's going to back out. Rex takes the place.
But that means Rex is just behind Lorenzo and could go for a move there. They're actually so close together right now.
Yeah, it's amazing considering the gap between our leaders and everybody else seems to be on top of each other. Brilliant stuff. Rex tries it around the outside. I don't think he actually meant to try it around the outside. I think he might have just been too late on the brakes.
Yeah, the intention is very, very clear here for Rex. Oh, he almost got barreled out of the race by the tyres. Thankfully, it wasn't any more than a few inches to the left again. But yeah, that may have invited Soini a little bit closer. But yeah, excellent exit for Rex. He's kept the momentum, and Lorenzo has to use the counter-attack whenever possible. So Rex is now ahead. Here comes the counter. We're just waiting to see what Rex does. Yeah, he'll back out and try maybe use the switch back to gain a bit of traction. Yes, exactly what's happened. Lorenzo did not get the best of exits. So Rex makes the final, or the finality of that pass. So he's through for good now. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, he's spun out. Hits the trackside obstacles, and unfortunately, yeah, that's gone badly wrong just as he worked so hard for that pass. And now that puts Mantas into 8th and Soini 7th. Blue flags are out with Zesty back on the scene here. He will be eager to see what happens now. Arska will be back down by a lap as he pits again.
Yeah, and it's not over. We've got drama never ending. It's Pekka Koivunen in P15 versus Stiefler. This is for P14. Stiefler, the first drive that we know of that is a race with the Born to Race team. Pekka Koivunen, long-time member of World-Class Lions then. And they're side by side down to turn 1. I genuinely can't keep track of this race. There's been so many ups and downs in this race. I've actually lost track. Ayub's in 3rd. So yeah, Arska has gone into the pit lane. So that's promoted a couple of drivers up ahead. And Mantas has just managed to get past Soini somewhere in the middle sector. And Lorenzo and Bottev are side by side as well. It's all going off.
This is unreal stuff. How it will pan out, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, this is just crucial going on. Yeah, another battle. Arska recently fueled to the finish now. He wants to use this opportunity to get back onto the podium. Yeah, Bottev won't allow that as best as he can. So yeah, this is oh, that's another case. Yeah, using that inside curb, it may have put him off a little bit, but thankfully didn't hit the obstacles on the outside of the track. So yeah, Bottev's still going.
Every single driver on this field is featured equally in this broadcast, which doesn't happen very often. So a massive credit to everybody, as Thamuli and Rex are pretty close together. We've had contact between a couple of cars. I'm hearing out on the track. Lorenzo and Mantas coming together. Lorenzo with a wobble and Mantas going into the back of him. And we're currently watching Thamuli, who is going to be defending from Rex very, very quickly as Abe goes to the pits and does some refueling. 3.6 seconds in the pit lane, in the pit box.
Yeah, we also got a couple other cars that pitted very, very early stages, like Rony and Bottom maybe need to pit as well.
In.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Rony as well on the P2 might need to pit as well. I don't think he is going to run until the end with this amount of fuel. So the order in this, like let's say top 5, is probably going to change quite a bit still.
Yeah, Rex makes the move on Thamuli and starts to close down immediately on Michael Malik, who has been circulating fairly quietly in P10 for a little while. But how long is he going to hold on to it? Mantas is fighting with Soini as well, up in P6, and he's through. I just caught the tail end actually of that one.
He's just got Lorenzo ahead of him next.
Yeah, so quick is Mantas. He's already on the slipstream of Lorenzo.
He might have him on this start-finish straight.
A bit of contact there. Rex is just eager to get by as I'm watching that battle, but on board with Mantas. He does not have enough overspeed. Maybe 2 or 3 kilometers is the difference. So maybe now this will be the lap that he builds the attack up and then finds his moment. So we know the courage of Lorenzo. We've seen him driving very well today. He's just got to be brave now when defending as well.
Michael Malik went so defensive into the final corner that Rex was put off by it, and now Thamuli's managed to get past before Rex could have a go at Michael. And these two are both going to catch up to Michael in the braking zone. It's going to be very, very close. Thamuli isn't going to go for the move. Michael Malik keeps... Oh no! Thamuli's outbraked himself! And he's gone into the back of Michael Malik. And that's going to be beached, surely. He's going to have to get it out of there. And that's race over for Thamuli. No!
Oh, that's so unlucky here.
7 laps to go, and he's out. Oh, he's driven a brilliant race as well. I feel gutted for him. But a mistake like that can cost you dear, and it cost Michael Malik some time and a position, and it's cost the Muli his race. As we're now watching Botov and Lorenzo going at it over start finish. Lorenzo and Johnny. Sorry, Botov and Johnny. Too many green cars and too many cars in fight, side by side. And
they're entering the yellow flag zone.
Yeah, the Muli needs to. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Accept your fate. Down to 15 cars.
He was moving just a bit. He tried his best, but yeah, he was stuck in the end.
Oh, yeah. My apologies. Lorenzo is battling with Mantas just further up the road. Mantas is trying to get through for all he can, but it's not happening. Oh, Mantas going sideways, but you can't blame him. That car is absolutely battered, and well, we are on for a spectacular finish here. Because Ayoub is currently in P3. Can he hold on to a podium? What a story that would be after what happened.
Yeah, that would be just super
brilliant.
Mantas makes his way through on Lorenzo there, Owen.
Yeah, that's a big one there. Mantas at his course and made it count. So Lorenzo may have to rely on just out lap time here. Just make sure you can keep up with Mantas, our original pole sitter, after all the chaos that surrounded the early parts of the race and even up to now. So yeah, it feels an eternity ago that Mantas was in control of the race, and obviously now it's back in Zesty's control, and it seems like the real battle will be Mantas. If you can somehow gain on Arska, that would be huge.
Yeah, well, let's review the pit stops. Everybody's made at least one stop, which is mandatory. Rony's only made one stop, so he potentially needs to pit again. So too does Lorenzo, maybe, Soini and Michael. All the other cars should be safe, but keep an eye out for Rony. Look, Abe's done 3 pit stops and he's in 3rd place.
Wow, that's just incredible.
It's brilliant.
But yeah, out of those cars with one stop, yeah, I mean Lorenzo probably one stop again. He stopped only after the halfway through the race, so he should be able to go until the end. But I'm not sure about the other guys with one stop, if they can hold it on or if they need to pit again.
Yeah, people have spread out a little bit, and we should take a look at the gap to the race leader. That's an amazing picture. That the performance of the top driver Zesty, and the number of cars that he has overtaken today is enormous.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So yeah, it's just a case of keeping it cool to the finish.
Soini and Lorenzo getting spicy. These two have closed up very quickly to one another. Soini very close to Lorenzo in the entry to the final corner. Risky, but he's really pushing. Soini has changed.
Yeah, and he's going past right now.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Well, let's see if Lorenzo can cut back and make another attack onto the turn 1. He probably will. Here he comes alongside and he's passed already. Now let's see it braking. Lorenzo goes well in deep and he's got it under control very well. Yeah, Sonny has made this before. He made move on the straight but then had to yield again on the turn 1 because it's just so long straight that you can attack back on the same straight.
Well, it's ballsy and I like it. It's certainly a different style to Soini's driving today than we're used to, and I'm all for it. He's hungry. He's 6.
Yeah, last time Soini was able to convert from his mistakes and learn to make moves so that he can close it down on the turn 1. Let's see if he can make it again, if he can just play the psychological game again. He's getting very close in the last corner again. Oh, but a bit wide exit. Not very good speed here. And that might be just Lorenzo cruising off for this lap.
Yeah, Erska is going to be lapped very soon by Zesty. Yeah, Erska's a little bit all over the shop as I watch him, but yeah, he's ready to pull over, and there goes race leader Zesty, no problem. Yeah, that's one less threat now.
We have a 3-car battle, can you believe it? On lap 65, it's between Botev in P8, Soini P7, and Lorenzo in P6. And Botev has caught up to the back of these two while they've been fighting, and he'll be hoping to get 2 places at the very end of this race.
Oh, that was close. Just
Rony's
lost
pitted.
the rear traction. Rony splash and dash, 2 seconds refuel.
Yeah, he couldn't make it.
Yeah, he couldn't make it in the end.
gonna
Ayu takes second place back.
Ayub's got second. He's got him by an absolute margin. We missed it on the cameras. We were sticking with this fight, but Ayub has taken P2 in the race. That's outrageous.
Just such a heroic from Ayub to climb up all the way to second place after all that he's gone through.
Yeah, it shows you shouldn't give up, because anything can happen as Soini goes wide, and now Botev will go through. And Travis made a bet in the chat. Nobody took it, but Travis's bet has paid off. Unbelievable that Ayub would get P2. As we keep watching this fight, the timing tower did take a while to update there because we're on an open config track. But yeah, now you can see that Ayub has got P2, but it's a minute to Zesty. Zesty's been in another league today so far, with 2 laps to go. As we continue to watch Botev trying now to close up and pass Lorenzo. A little bit too late for Soini now. He's dropped it back a little bit. But here comes Botev. Big send into the final corner.
Lorenzo holding it outside. Lorenzo still might have a go here. He should be just close enough.
Is he? Oh, it's not going to be close enough. It's not going to be time. And we're on the final lap. Zesty, our race leader, is... Oh, Pekka Koivunen's backwards. Pekka Koivunen's backwards on the home straight.
Oh, no.
No cars around, so panic over, but not a good way to end.
Oh, well, Botev's just had a massive oversteer out of the corner, and it's closing up very close to him. I'm really looking for the overtake position. No, he can't make it on these tight turns.
Is Soini going to go for a last lap move here? Where's Soini going to finish? We have to pay attention to Zesty. He's got 1 corner to go. This race has been absolutely insane. We haven't stopped talking for an hour and a half almost, and I am all here for it. What a brilliant race this was, and what a remarkable drive from Zesty. He had 1 lap over the whole field at one point, and now has 57 seconds over Ayub El Hanouni, who was off in the gravel at the final corner. He got pole position, dropped all the way down pretty much to the back, but it's Zesty who reigns today and wins at Aston Classic Reversed. What a race from Zesty, absolutely insane. But we have to give credit to Ayub, and I just hope he makes it through this last lap unscathed.
Yeah, that would have been probably one heck of a battle for the victory if Ayub didn't crash out and have all the damage, had to fix the car and lost so much time there. He's been doing very good job climbing back from all his unlucky and all his mistakes he made. But that's a solid second place. I gotta give it to him. That's a great drive. Just going so wide in the last corner.
Yeah, a lot of other cars have finished the race, but we're waiting for Ayub before we can get classification of where everyone else finishes. Asker got P3 in the end, ahead of Mantas, but let's see Ayub across the line. Finally, he made it. 57
Rony
seconds
as well.
off. And Rony, yeah. Sorry, Rony will get P3. My mistake. Jumped a little bit ahead of myself there. So yeah, Rony gets P3 by 4 seconds behind Ayub. I need a minute to breathe, Owen.
Yeah, we're completely just spellbound by this race. A remarkable balance of the drama and the class on display. So the Born to Race drivers there in formation there, but at the end of the day it is Zesty taking the plaudits for a fabulous drive. a lot of lead changes as well, but Zesty was the one who made sure he held on to that baton and never let go.
In 1 hour, 18 minutes and 36 seconds, Zesty for Master Race Car reigns supreme over Abe from Born to Race, who took pole position, binned the car, pitted 3 times, and somehow made it back up onto the podium, and not P3, P2 in the end. Absolutely amazing stuff. Race Green have an appearance on the podium from Rony. Good job being staying on the lead lap as well. And then it's Asker, who had plenty of problems, but manages to finish in P4. Mantas had an up and down race as well. Pretty much everybody had an up and down race. Mantas in P5. Then we've got Botev in P6. Lorenzo and Soini with some entertaining battles this race for sure. I want whatever he had for breakfast this morning. Then it's Johnny SVK in P9 and Rex in P10. Michael Malik, Number, Koivunen and Stiefler with Jari Katila are your 15 finishers, with Tamuli finishing 9 laps off the lead with that incident into turn 1 that landed him in the gravel after contact with Michael Malik. Then we had Twin Cam, who had to retire as well. Joni Katila, Maciukas, Gabor, and we have another page of results because we had more than 20 cars starting the race. Schmal with only completing 1 lap before retiring. My, what a race that was. That was a heck of a season opener. I think a lot of people predicted that this race was going to end at turn 1 fairly similarly to last Tuesday's RTFR race, but this was quite the opposite. What a race.
It was so much action just through the race all the time. Like, we got barely like a minute of something that nothing really happened, but then there was like, 2 pits for like almost everyone. A lot of battles going on like all around the track all the time, and it was just so much. It's hard to give like any like conclusion, like TLD or about this race. You just have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Very difficult to plot a course to exactly what would have happened. A few drivers. It was just unlucky for Tamuli there, so close to the end. Lost his braking point and slid into Michael and out onto that gravel trap where it was too steep. The drop was just too steep for him to carry on. So yeah, just a really challenging combo, but yeah, brought out the best in a fair few drivers, and that deserves a lot of credit.
Well, thank you very much for your company for this one, Miika and Eoin. We definitely needed 3 of us in the box for that one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Chris as well in the background did a stellar job at finding all the fights that were going on in our ears to keep us updated. That was a 4-man job. So thanks to the drivers for keeping us on our toes. Absolutely epic stuff. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and we hope we caught all the action for you and had some sort of reasonable commentary, because it seemed a bit chaotic at times, Eoin, I won't lie.
Yeah, hopefully it was all clear and concise for the viewers.
Coherent.
Yes. Yeah, we did our very best, and I'm sure as the year goes on, we'll carry on with our camaraderie, and hopefully more exciting races are in the future.
Yeah, well, speaking of the year ahead, here is the graphic for the 12 rounds remaining up until the end of the year. And we hope we can join you in a month's time on February 20th for whatever combination is decided by the race winner, which was Zesty. He will choose the combination for the next RTFR XL. Meanwhile, on our channel, we are going to be streaming a round of GTI Thursday, this Thursday. That's going to be the final round of the GTI Masters series, I think. The 4 rounds at the beginning of the year for that series come to a conclusion this week. So that's happening on Thursday evening. And then we've got the finale of GT4 Sprint Cup by New Dimension Racing on Sunday. And we're all very much looking forward to that here on Sim Broadcast. So we hope that you have a nice week, and we'll see you on Thursday. And if not, we'll see you at the weekend for GT4 Sprint Cup. Eoin, Miika, Chris, been a pleasure. We're going to do it all again in a month's time, but that was epic. What a way to start the 2024 season of RTFR XL. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And we'll leave you with the fantastic trailer that's been put together by Daniel Balla once again. We really appreciate his work, sprucing up the videos and the video material alongside Michael Malik and Victor Paolo at the beginning of this season. So yeah, from all of us here to all of you, have a great evening, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night.
Bye bye.
Bye.